Have you ever stood up from a chair and felt your legs wobble just a little more than usual? Maybe you're climbing the stairs and suddenly realize it's not as easy as it used to be. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. After 60, a lot of us start noticing small changes in our strength, balance, and stamina, especially in our legs. And while it's easy to blame aging, there's something surprising that could be making it worse. Something sitting right there in your fruit bowl. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Fruit? Isn't that healthy? That's what we've always been told, right? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. But the truth is, not all fruits are friendly, especially as we get older. Some fruits, despite being natural and packed with vitamins, may actually be working against you, causing inflammation, weakening your muscles, and yes, even draining strength from your legs. In today's video, we're going to have a real talk about the 7 worst fruits seniors should avoid, especially if you're over 60 and care about staying mobile, active, and independent. Because your legs are your freedom. Once they go, everything else gets harder. Shopping, getting outside, even just getting out of bed in the morning. Let's start with a fruit that's probably in most kitchens right now. It's sweet, it's juicy, and it's hiding a big secret: grapes. Now don't get me wrong, grapes have antioxidants and resveratrol, and in moderation they can be part of a healthy diet. But here's the catch. Grapes are sugar bombs. Just 1 cup of grapes can have over 23 grams of sugar. That's nearly as much as a candy bar. And the older we get, the less efficiently our bodies process that sugar. It spikes our blood sugar, triggers inflammation, and can accelerate the breakdown of muscle fibers, especially in the legs where circulation tends to slow down. That inflammation can lead to muscle soreness, joint pain, and over time, even a loss in leg strength. I spoke to a friend of mine. She's 72, active, and very health conscious. She used to snack on grapes every evening after dinner, thinking she was making a smart choice. But she started noticing her knees ached more. Her morning walks felt heavier, and she couldn't get through her yoga sessions the way she used to. When she cut out the grapes and switched to low-sugar berries like raspberries and blackberries, the difference was night and day. Her legs felt lighter, her pain eased up, and her energy returned. Now let's talk about another common fruit that might be quietly stealing your strength. Bananas. Yep, I said it. Bananas. They're convenient, they're full of potassium, and they've got that creamy sweetness that's hard to resist. But here's the thing most people don't realize. Bananas are very high in starch and natural sugars. And when that starch breaks down, it acts almost the same way as refined carbs do. It leads to quick spikes in blood sugar, which is one of the leading contributors to chronic inflammation. You see, muscle strength isn't just about exercise. It's also about what's happening inside your body. When your blood sugar is constantly spiking and crashing, your muscles don't get the nutrients they need to recover and rebuild. This is especially true in your legs, which carry your full body weight and need constant support from your circulatory and nervous systems. Bananas can cause fluid retention too, which means you might wake up feeling swollen in your ankles or calves, making walking and movement even harder. Now, am I saying never touch a banana again? No, of course not. But if you're eating one every day, especially without protein or fiber to slow down the sugar hit, it could be doing more harm than good, especially for your legs. Another fruit we need to talk about is one that sounds healthy because it's trendy, but it can wreak havoc if you're not careful. Pineapple. It's tropical, it's tangy, and it tastes like a vacation. But pineapple is extremely acidic and contains a high amount of fructose. That acidity can irritate your digestive tract and contribute to systemic inflammation. For someone over 60, this can mean more stiffness in the joints, more muscle fatigue, and even slower recovery from simple activities like gardening or walking around the neighborhood. I had a neighbor, Sam. He's 68 and walks every morning. A few months back, he started complaining about tightness in his hips and stiffness in his knees. When we looked at what changed in his diet, the only difference was that he'd started having pineapple smoothies a few times a week. Once he stopped and switched to a green smoothie with spinach, avocado, and a little blueberry, his symptoms eased up significantly. His body just couldn't handle that much fructose and acid. Now, you might be wondering, why does fruit affect my legs so much? Great question. The answer is all about inflammation and circulation. Your legs are furthest from your heart. That means if anything goes wrong in your circulation, your blood sugar, your hydration, your muscle repair, your legs feel it first. Weakness, swelling, aching joints, and balance issues often start in the legs. And certain fruits, especially those high in sugar, acid, or starchy carbs, make those problems worse over time. But here's the good news. You're not powerless. The solution isn't to cut out all fruit. It's about being choosy, picking the right kinds of fruit that support your strength and energy, not sabotage it. And we'll get into some of those better choices as we go along. For now, just take a look at your daily routine. Are you snacking on grapes in front of the TV? Starting your morning with a banana and coffee? Tossing pineapple into your afternoon smoothie? These little habits might seem harmless, but over time they add up, and your legs might be paying the price. Let's keep going. There are a few more surprising fruits that might be quietly draining your leg strength without you realizing it. And one of the most surprising ones on the list, oranges. I know this one might be hard to believe. Oranges are packed with vitamin C, and they've long been praised for boosting the immune system. But here's what many people don't realize. Oranges are highly acidic, and they contain a lot of natural sugar, up to 17 grams in just one large orange. That's a lot for a fruit we've been told is healthy. Now, when you're in your 20s or 30s, your body can handle that sugar hit and acidity with ease. But after 60, your digestive and muscular systems become more sensitive to inflammation. That daily glass of orange juice you've been drinking in the morning, it might actually be working against your leg strength by increasing joint stiffness and slowing down muscle recovery. I met a woman at a local senior fitness class. Her name's Carol. She's 75, full of energy, and sharp as a tack. But she couldn't figure out why her knees always ached after walking, despite doing everything right. She stayed active, got plenty of rest, and even ate clean. When we took a closer look at her routine, we realized she was having 2 glasses of orange juice every morning, thinking it was helping her immune system. Once she switched to a water-based drink with lemon and cucumber, her knee stiffness started fading, and she said her morning walks felt easier within just a week or 2. It's not about cutting out nutrients, it's about avoiding excesses that cause inflammation. And that brings me to another fruit that's often hiding in plain sight: mangoes. Mangoes are delicious, soft, and full of tropical flavor. But they're also one of the highest sugar fruits out there. One medium mango can have 45 grams of sugar. That's more sugar than a slice of chocolate cake. Now imagine this. You've worked hard to keep your blood pressure down, you're doing light exercise to maintain strength, and yet your legs still feel heavy, swollen, or weak. Mangoes might be the reason. That sugar spike puts a strain on your circulation, makes it harder for your body to deliver nutrients to your leg muscles, and leads to that sluggish, achy feeling that many of us just write off as normal aging. But it's not. It's preventable. Another hidden danger with mangoes? The sugar crash. That wave of fatigue you feel a couple of hours after eating them can leave your legs feeling drained and shaky. If you've ever gone out for a walk after lunch and suddenly felt like your energy just disappeared, it could be a result of high sugar fruits like mangoes giving you a quick boost, then dropping you just as fast. Now let's talk about cherries. They're small, juicy, and often thought of as a healthy snack, especially in the summer. And yes, they do have some anti-inflammatory compounds, but they also have a surprisingly high glycemic load. That means they don't just contain sugar, they deliver it to your bloodstream very quickly. If you're already managing issues like insulin resistance or joint pain, cherries can make things worse. I remember one man from our community group, Robert, 69 years old. He loved his evening cherries, ate them by the bowlful, and he always struggled with swelling in his lower legs. His doctors tested him for everything: heart issues, circulation problems, arthritis. Nothing serious came up. But when he cut back on the cherries and swapped them for a few slices of apple with almond butter, the swelling went down dramatically within weeks. He was amazed. Sometimes it's not about what you add, it's about what you stop doing that makes the biggest difference. It's easy to overlook these things, isn't it? We think, it's just a piece of fruit, or I've always eaten this and been fine. But your body changes with age. What worked for you at 40 might not work the same way at 70. That's not a bad thing. It just means you need to listen to your body and adjust. And listen, this isn't about fear. This is about freedom. Freedom to move without pain. Freedom to climb the stairs, walk your dog, play with your grandkids, or travel without worrying about your legs giving out. You deserve that. And if swapping out a few high-sugar fruits can help you stay strong and independent longer, why not give it a try? There's another one that often surprises people: dried fruits. Now, technically, this covers a range: raisins, dates, apricots, figs. But they all have something in common: they're concentrated sugar. Think about it, when you dry fruit, you remove the water but not the sugar. So eating a small handful of raisins is like eating a full bunch of grapes. That sugar hit is intense, and your body feels it, especially in your joints and legs. Many seniors grab a few dried apricots as a snack, thinking it's a better choice than cookies or chips. And yes, it might be better than ultra-processed snacks. But that doesn't mean it's good for your legs. The spike in sugar, the added preservatives in many commercial dried fruits, and the way they affect your blood flow and inflammation, these things can quietly chip away at your strength without you even noticing. I spoke with a retired teacher named Elaine. She's 74 and used to bake with dates all the time. Her favorite treat was oatmeal cookies with chopped dates. She noticed that after a few cookies, her legs would feel heavy and stiff, especially in the morning. Once she switched to a less sugary treat, just a square of dark chocolate with some walnuts, her mornings got easier. Her stiffness went down, and she felt like her legs were hers again, as she put it. What all of this tells us is simple. When you're over 60, your food matters more than ever. Every bite either fuels your strength or takes away from it. And the legs, being the most used, most stressed, and most circulation-sensitive part of the body, are the first to show signs when something's off. You don't need to throw out your entire fruit basket. You just need to be mindful. We've already talked about grapes, bananas, pineapple, oranges, mangoes, cherries, and dried fruits. Each one seemingly harmless, but when eaten too often or in large amounts, they could be robbing you of strength, balance, and vitality. But now, let's keep going. There's still one more fruit on this list that catches nearly everyone off guard, and this last one might really surprise you: watermelon. Now wait, before you gasp, let me explain. Watermelon is refreshing, it's hydrating, and yes, it does contain beneficial nutrients like lycopene. But the part people forget? It's made up of mostly sugar and water. That sugar rush happens fast, and while it might give you a little boost at first, it can lead to a crash that affects not only your energy but your muscles. Think about it like this: you have a slice or two of watermelon in the afternoon to cool off. Within 30 minutes, your blood sugar spikes. Then, as your insulin kicks in and tries to bring it back down, your energy crashes. And what do you feel first? Often, it's your legs. They might feel wobbly, tired, or even a little shaky. You might even find yourself needing to sit down or take a break when you didn't plan to. Watermelon's glycemic index is very high, it breaks down fast in your system, and when you're over 60, your body is just more sensitive to those shifts. If you already have circulation issues, diabetes, or muscle weakness, watermelon can quietly make those worse over time. Now, this doesn't mean you can never enjoy these fruits again. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that it's time to start thinking about fruit the same way we think about everything else we put in our bodies. Is it helping me feel stronger, more stable, and more energized? Or is it secretly draining me? Your leg strength isn't just about exercise, it's about circulation, inflammation, and how your muscles recover. All of these are deeply influenced by what you eat every day. And as you age, even small imbalances can lead to big effects. Struggling to get out of a chair, needing more help with the stairs, or even avoiding walks you used to enjoy. But here's the good news. Once you know what's slowing you down, you can do something about it. I want to encourage you not with fear, but with hope. Because your body is always trying to heal, no matter how old you are. Even at 70, 80, or beyond, when you remove the things that cause inflammation and replace them with nourishing, strengthening foods, the results can be powerful. So what can you do instead? Instead of sugary fruits that spike and crash your energy, choose fruits that are lower in sugar and higher in fiber and antioxidants. Berries are fantastic, like blueberries and raspberries. A small apple with the skin on can give you fiber and crunch without the sugar overload. Pears, too, especially the firmer ones, are gentle on your system and help keep you full longer. And always pair fruit with a healthy fat or protein if you want to avoid the sugar spike. For example, a few slices of apple with a spoonful of peanut butter. or some cottage cheese with fresh berries. These combinations slow down digestion, support muscle repair, and help you feel strong and steady longer. The bottom line? The goal isn't to fear fruit, it's to eat it smarter, to recognize that even healthy-looking foods can have effects that build up quietly over time, especially when it comes to your legs, your joints, and your strength. You're not powerless. Far from it. In fact, by simply shifting the way you approach these everyday choices, what you snack on, what you have for breakfast, what you reach for after dinner, you can regain control over how your body feels. You can start waking up with more energy, walking with more ease, and doing the things you love without feeling held back. Remember Carol, Robert, and Elaine? They didn't do anything radical. They just made small, thoughtful changes. And that's all you need to do too. Cut back on those sneaky high-sugar fruits. Swap them for something more nourishing. Pay attention to how your body responds. You might be amazed at how quickly you notice a difference, not just in your legs, but in your overall vitality. And I want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed certain foods making your legs feel heavy or weak? Are there fruits you've cut out that made you feel better, or ones you're curious about? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might just help someone else who's going through the same thing. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. We talk about real solutions for real people here. No gimmicks, no quick fixes. Just honest advice for living stronger, longer, and better after 60. Thanks for spending this time with me today. You deserve to feel steady on your feet, confident in your body, and full of life. Here's to every strong step you take from here on out. Stay well, and I'll see you in the next one.